People often ask me, Mandy, I already know how to share screen. What's more to do? For those who can't join my integrated training on remote cognitive interviewing, here are some Zoom techniques to increase your productivity and engagement.
Here are my assumptions and disclaimers. When you share screen, notice this control bar on top. The Annotate button can turn your mouse to a laser pointer. Here's what it looks like. Do you see the red dot? You can highlight content of the screen to center the respondent. To stop annotating, click mouse. The laser pointer works well when going over the consent form. You can highlight key information like voluntary nature of participation, recording. I love the new vanishing pen feature. It works great during cognitive debriefing. Let's say you verbally probe. What does this term mean to you in this question? The underline vanishes in 3 seconds and visualizes the probe. Let's see that again. 1, 2, 3. To stop annotating, click mouse. These are the mobile views of the same question in 3 languages. You can see that not only the position of the term is different for each language, they differ in their length. Spanish translation expands compared to the English, and Chinese tends to contract. In longer questions, language structure can affect scrolling, response time, and usability.
A common concern I've heard is that there is no two-way mirror to make an observation room. In a remote cognitive interview, observers can be clients, note-takers, coworkers. So what to do? Here are some techniques to make the observation unobstructive.
Observers can be a distraction to the respondent, especially when their video is off. They can be hidden with this function if the respondent is using a desktop or a laptop. The observers are still online, but not directly shown on the screen. Let me show you another way to create the back room, which I think is more smooth. Start the session with just you and the respondent. Have the respondent hide you. Turn your camera back on and go to security to uncheck start video and unmute. So when observers join, they are incognito, like this. For mobile users, I suggest doing nothing because the respondent usually can only see the active speaker and themselves. So observers are effectively hidden. For tablets, click on the 3 dots to show more options. Your respondent's actual view may be different depending on the model of the tablet they are using, but the idea is the same. Choose meeting settings. In the pop-up window, turn off Show non-video participants. Make sure you click on Done for the change to take effect. Many people are using Chromebooks these days. Go to Settings, check the option Hide Non-Video Participants.
The Think Aloud protocol is when we ask the respondent to talk through what they're doing and thinking as they answer the survey question. In a remote situation, thinking aloud is so helpful because even with share screen, we can't always see what the respondent is doing. And in a cross-cultural setting, contexts matter. So how to encourage think aloud? In the pre-interview phase, I provide a good think aloud practice. And during the interview, reminders are needed.
In my experience, Visualizing reminders is less distracting to the respondents than verbal, like this. To see your message, the respondent must enable the feature in their view. Have them click on the CC button for Show Subtitle. Here's what a reminder looks like in a non-English language. Many people are using Chromebooks these days. Have the respondent click on the CC button so it turns green, and your reminder message will show. How do you customize your reminder message when the respondent is completing the survey? In your view, click on the CC button. In the pop-up window, click I will type. If you have an assistant, that person can do the typing. A text box comes up. Type your message and press enter. That's it. Your message disappears from the respondent screen in about 10 seconds. Tablet and mobile users usually can see your message without having to press any buttons. But when mobile users share screen, your message will not show up. You can use the Annotate feature instead. It's called text. Type your message in the text box. This is what the respondent sees on their screen. Don't forget to erase the text. See what happens if you don't erase the annotated text when the respondent is completing the survey.
Think about the notifications that you get every day. Emails, phone calls, texts, news alerts, so much. During the pre-interview setup, have the respondent turn off the notifications on the device they're using for the survey. And if they're using a desktop like you, it may be faster for you to remote control to turn off the notifications. Here's how.
After the respondent shares screen, send a request from the control bar on top. Confirm request. The respondent must approve the request. The control bar tells you that you now have the control of the respondent's computer. Go to the search bar and type notifications. The respondent's desktop may look different than what's shown here, but the idea is the same. Under notifications, make sure it's turned off like this. To exit, go back to the control bar. For mobile users, choose Do Not Disturb. For iPhones, there's usually a moon shape to click on. And here's a bonus technique. The Annotate feature includes a save function. Click Save to capture the respondent's survey screen that you could use later during the debriefing or reporting. Let's see it. Zoom automatically organizes all screen captures from that session in the same folder.
If you have a how do I question, email me and I'm happy to help. Or we can discuss having an integrated training together.